You probably thought Chrissy and Jim had finally reached a good point in their relationship, right? Well, that's not the case at all. What's come out recently has shaken everyone who follows love and hip-hop. This new drama is huge, and no one saw it coming. Chrissy Lampkin has been caught in a situation that has fans in shock, and it's not just some minor gossip. It looks like Chrissy has been seeing another man behind Jim Jones' back, and the proof that's surfaced is pretty damaging. People are sharing screenshots, private messages, and even a video that leaves no room for guessing. Jim is furious right now, and honestly, who wouldn't be? Chrissy and Jim have been together for 16 years. They've been through so many ups and downs, cheating scandals, mostly from Jim's side, money issues, and of course, that unforgettable drama over their engagement. But now, this new scandal is taking things to a completely different level. What's got everyone talking even more is the person Chrissy was caught with. This wasn't just some random person she met while out at a club. The man is actually someone close to Jim, part of his trusted circle. When Jim found out about it, the situation exploded. The drama that's now unfolding is bigger than anything fans have seen on the show over the last several seasons. If you've kept up with Chrissy and Jim's relationship over the years, you know how rocky it's been. They've had their share of fights, breakups, and makeups, but this time it feels different. 16 years together is a long time, especially in reality TV relationships. And there's always been something hanging over them: the proposal. Everyone remembers when Chrissy proposed to Jim on TV. The moment was emotional, and Jim said yes. Fans cheered, but after that, nothing happened. Jim never moved forward with planning a wedding, and years went by without any progress. It's easy to see how Chrissy might have felt let down or hurt by that. Most women would feel frustrated if their partner didn't seem serious about marriage after such a public moment, and let's not forget Jim's history. He's been linked to so many cheating rumors over the years. There have been late-night messages, suspicious friendships with women, and those business trips that somehow always seem to happen in the same places as certain models were spotted. Jim's reputation hasn't exactly been clean, but through it all, Chrissy stayed. She was loyal. She supported him during the cheating rumors, the money troubles, and every other issue that came their way. She stood by him when most people would have walked away. That's why when this new story broke, most people assumed it was going to be about Jim again. But this time, the tables turned. Chrissy was the one involved in the scandal. People close to the situation say Chrissy had been seeing another man for several months. And this isn't just gossip. The evidence is solid. It all seemed to start about 3 months ago when Chrissy was seen at a fancy hotel in Miami without Jim. Some people thought it was odd, but at first, no one made a big deal out of it. After all, Chrissy sometimes takes trips on her own. But soon after, photos began to spread online. Chrissy was seen by the pool with a man sitting very close. They weren't just sitting near each other. They were laughing, drinking, and acting way too familiar for comfort at first. A few people tried to brush it off as harmless fun, but then more proof started coming out. Multiple witnesses said Chrissy was holding hands with this man, sharing drinks, and later slipping into a private cabana together. And then came the leaked messages. Someone got access to Chrissy's private conversations, and what they revealed shocked everyone. The messages between Chrissy and the mystery man were full of flirty comments. There were heart emojis, late-night "I miss you" texts, and even some pictures that left nothing hidden. Things got even worse once Jim found out. Apparently, someone in his group got hold of the screenshots and sent them straight to him. Jim was at home when he received the messages. As soon as he saw them, he tried calling Chrissy over and over. When she didn't answer, Jim didn't waste any time. He flew straight to Miami to confront her face-to-face. Reports say Jim went to the hotel where Chrissy was staying and started knocking hard on her door until she finally opened it. And here's where things got even more tense. After everything Jim has done over the years, the cheating, the late nights, the shady behavior, he always expected Chrissy to forgive him. But now that she's the one caught in a messy situation, Jim couldn't handle it. He was ready to end everything. When Chrissy opened the door, Jim didn't just find her alone. The same man she'd been spotted with was inside. Jim lost it. He started yelling, calling Chrissy all sorts of names, and accusing her of being a liar. Things got so heated that hotel security had to step in before the situation turned violent. Sources say Chrissy didn't even try to deny what had happened. Instead, she told Jim straight up that after all the years of him doing the same thing to her, he now knew how it felt. It was a moment no one could have predicted. Jim didn't expect to be disrespected like that. When he saw what was happening, his anger took over. He tried to go after the man who had been with Chrissy, but security stepped in before anything violent could happen. Chrissy just stood there watching everything, like she wasn't even bothered. She didn't seem upset or worried at all, and that made the situation feel even worse. People everywhere are now asking the same thing. Who is this man? From what's being said, it's not just some random guy she met by chance. The man Chrissy was caught with is believed to be one of Jim's own business partners. That changes everything. This isn't just personal, it's connected to Jim's work and his money. If this man is involved in Jim's business, this could become a much bigger issue. Jim is already talking to his lawyers, figuring out how to cut this man out of his life and business. He's ready to lose money if that's what it takes to end the partnership. What's even more shocking is that this wasn't the first time Chrissy and this man were seen together. There are reports that photos of them hanging out have been around for months, and it sounds like people have more proof they're waiting to drop. If those photos hit the internet, this will easily be one of the biggest scandals Love and Hip Hop has ever seen. Jim feels embarrassed, and not just because Chrissy cheated. It hurts him more that she chose someone he trusted. This was a man who had been in Jim's home, around his family, and part of his business. That kind of betrayal is hard to move past. Social media is full of people talking about it. Twitter is packed with posts, memes, and jokes about Chrissy. Getting back at Jim after all the times he hurt her? Some people are calling it karma. Others are saying it's like the perfect payback. One thing everyone agrees on is that this is the most dramatic situation Love and Hip Hop has seen in a long time. Then, things got even messier. Chrissy went live on Instagram to try to calm the situation down. She told her followers, "Me and Jim are solid. Don't believe the rumors." But nobody was buying it. How could things be solid when there's proof out there, photos, messages, and Jim catching her himself? People felt like she was just trying to cover things up. Jim wasn't happy when he saw her live. He sent her a text right away, telling her to stop lying and reminding her that she knew exactly what she did. Chrissy didn't back down. She texted him back saying, "You've been embarrassing me for years. Now you know how it feels." It was clear she saw this as her way of getting back at him for all the times he cheated. Now that the first fight is over, the real battle is starting. Jim isn't just angry. He's ready to get even. He's already started freezing her out. Of their shared finances, he controls a lot of the money tied to their businesses, and he's moving fast to block her from it. But Chrissy isn't letting that happen without a fight. She's hired a lawyer and is planning to take Jim to court. She wants to claim emotional damages and go after any money he tries to keep from her. While all of this is happening, the producers of Love and Hip Hop are watching closely. They want to get Jim and Chrissy on camera to talk about all of this drama. It's the kind of story that brings in huge ratings, and they know it. The big question now is whether Jim and Chrissy can make it through this, or if this is finally the end of their 16-year relationship. When it came out who the man was, the shock was even bigger. After Jim's angry showdown at the hotel in Miami, people close to the situation revealed that the man with Chrissy was Freddie G. Freddie isn't just any guy. He's been Jim's business partner for a long time and one of his closest friends. This wasn't just cheating, it was a double betrayal. Freddie had been part of Jim's life for years. He went on trips with Jim and Chrissy, spent time at their house, and hung out with Jim at the studio. Jim had trusted Freddie completely, or so he thought. What makes it even harder is that Freddie wasn't just a friend. He helped invest in Jim and Chrissy's business deals. He was a major backer in their real estate projects. That means Chrissy's betrayal didn't just hurt Jim emotionally, it's also a huge problem for their finances. Jim is more than upset. He's angry, heartbroken, and ready to cut all ties. He started the process of ending his business relationship with Freddie, but it's not easy. Freddie had put a lot of money into their joint projects, including a real estate deal worth millions. If Jim tries to push Freddie out completely, he could lose everything. That's the risk he's facing right now. When the news broke about Chrissy's affair with Freddie, Twitter went wild. One person posted, "Chrissy really did to Jim what he's been doing to her for years. The irony is too much." Someone else wrote, "Jim cheated for years, and now Chrissy finally got her payback. That's justice." Another tweet said, "Jim crying over Chrissy cheating is funny when he's been doing her wrong for so long." Karma caught up. Even other stars started talking about it. A fellow Love and Hip Hop cast member made a shady comment on a blog post about the mess, saying this is why you shouldn't play with someone's heart because it always comes back around. Even Yandi Smith had something to say. She went live on Instagram and said, "Maybe now Jim will understand what it feels like to be on the other side." Jim didn't like that one bit. Sources say that after Yandi made that shady comment, Jim didn't waste any time. He picked up the phone and called her directly. Let's just say that conversation was far from friendly. But all the DMs and photos people have seen so far, that's only the start. There's something much bigger that could blow this whole thing up. People close to the situation claim there's actually a video of Chrissy and Freddie at a private party, and this isn't just them standing near each other. In the clip, Chrissy is seen sitting on Freddie's lap, laughing, and acting really cozy with him. What makes it even messier is that the person who filmed this wasn't some random bystander. It's believed that someone from the Love and Hip Hop cast recorded it on purpose, and they've been holding on to it, waiting for the right time to release it. Everyone apparently knows who took the video, and that person's been warned if that footage gets out, Jim's image might never recover. That video probably would have stayed hidden if Chrissy hadn't tried to cover up the affair after the first news broke. When she went on Instagram Live telling everyone that things were fine between her and Jim, that was the last straw for him. Jim was shocked that she could act like nothing happened, trying to fool not just him but everyone. Watching online, behind the scenes, Chrissy isn't even pretending anymore. When Jim asked her about her Instagram Live, she told him straight up that after all the times he made her look foolish, now he knows what it feels like. This whole thing wasn't just about being interested in someone new. It looks like Chrissy's actions were meant to hurt Jim the way he's hurt her for years. Now, the money side of things is starting to fall apart. Jim, who's in charge of most of their shared business accounts, has already started cutting Chrissy off. But Chrissy isn't sitting back and taking it. She's hired a top lawyer who knows both family and business law. If Jim keeps trying to block her from their money, she's planning to take him to court. She's ready to sue for emotional harm and any money she feels she's owed. On top of that, their business plans with Freddie are falling apart fast. The three of them had put money into different properties in New York and Miami, hoping to flip them and make big profits. But now, with their personal lives in shambles, those deals are in serious trouble too. Freddie is threatening to pull out his investment completely if Jim tries to cut him off. If that happens, Jim might be stuck with properties he can't afford on his own. Meanwhile, the Love and Hip Hop producers can't believe their luck. This is exactly the kind of drama that brings in viewers. They've already reached out to Jim and Chrissy about filming a sit-down to talk about what's happened. Jim is actually thinking about doing it, but he has one condition: Chrissy has to admit the truth on camera. He wants her to tell the world what really happened since she already denied it in public. If that happens, that episode will probably break viewing records for the show. This whole situation is forcing people to pick sides. The cast of Love and Hip Hop is split. Some are sticking by Jim while others are supporting Chrissy. A few cast members who've seen Jim cheat over the years think Chrissy did what she had to do to show him how it feels. Others believe that getting back at him this way doesn't make things right. For Jim, the fallout is hitting hard. People close to him say he's second-guessing everything. He's looking through old texts, checking the security cameras at their house, and questioning friends about what they knew. He's starting to believe that this thing between Chrissy and Freddie might have been going on much longer than he thought. Chrissy, on the other hand, doesn't seem too bothered. She's staying with friends in New York and has been seen out at restaurants and clubs. Her calm attitude is only making Jim angrier. He feels like she doesn't care about the damage she's done, not just to their relationship, but to their business. Jim has already spoken to his lawyers about more than just the business problems. He's even looking into whether he can sue Freddie for breaking up his relationship. It's a tough case to win, but Jim's legal team is checking every option. Freddie isn't keeping quiet either. Word is he's been talking to friends they have in common, saying that the only reason he and Chrissy grew close was because Jim wasn't there for her. Freddie claims that Jim treated Chrissy like she didn't matter and that she deserved more. Of course, that's only making things worse. Some gossip blogs have even gotten their hands on hotel security footage. It shows Jim storming in and then getting kicked out by security. There's no sound, but people who've watched it say you can tell Jim was angry, while Chrissy stayed calm, like she wanted all this to happen. What makes the timing of this even wilder is that Jim was reportedly about to propose. After all these years, he had finally ordered a custom ring and was planning a big proposal during their trip to Paris. Now, all of that is off the table. Some fans think Chrissy found out about the proposal and started all this on purpose because she didn't want him to be the one to make it official after so long. Others say it's just bad timing. Either way, the damage is done. As things settle a little, the big question is whether Jim and Chrissy can come back from this. 16 years of ups and downs, cheating, and now this ultimate betrayal. It's hard to see how they could fix things. This isn't just about reality TV drama anymore. It's about broken trust, business deals falling apart, and a mess that's playing out in front of the world. Whatever happens next, everyone will be watching. The legal fights, the money problems, and the emotional damage are far from over. And if that video ever gets out, this whole situation will explode in a way that will change the show forever.